Hey everybody, welcome to an 83-degree day here in Michigan. I'm assuming that this is maybe one of the reasons why so few people are here. We're entering that season where everybody's like, you know what, it's a gorgeous night. I'm just gonna go outside. So thank you so much to those of you that are actually joining in. And my apologies, I realized when I went in to do a couple of things that I didn't even schedule this until about 5 o'clock tonight, so my mistake there too, and that might also be why so many people may not even know that we're doing this tonight. But hello to Beverly, thank you so much for coming in. She's in beautiful Florida and she loves balloons. I love balloons too. Hello to Wendy Gift, who's coming in from Fleetwood, PA. Who else is here? Brenda is here, and Mary Kay, welcome. I see Tony is coming in as well. I'd love to see, I do see that there's more people here than are commenting, so I'd love to see where you're coming in from. Kathy is here from Ohio. Rita Matina is here, right here from Michigan. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Who else is here? Let me know. All right, so we are working with, Susan is here from Oregon. B is here from Toasty, Wellesley, Ontario, Canada. Hey, Cassie. Cassie is coming in from Washington State, I believe, right? I'm right there, right? Handmade by Stacy is here from Central New York, and Elsie Cardy is here as well. Beth Ballone is coming in from upstate New York, too. So welcome, welcome, welcome. Oh, Karen Wild is coming in. Beautiful day in Maryland. E. Miller is here. She says, hello from downriver. Gee, Angie, are you admitting to being what? Are you admitting to being? I don't know what, I don't see the rest of that. Am I missing some of it? So let me know what that means. Who else is here? Maureen is here from Connecticut. Cindy Morrow is here. Welcome from Michigan. Linda is here from California. Sandy Yee is also in Michigan. Welcome. From downriver. I'm not from downriver, but I was actually born and raised in Warren. So we actually live in Bloomfield Hills, and our offices are in Auburn Hills. So I've kind of stayed in the same area. Good. Cassie says yes, Washington State. Brenda K. Tatchell she says same temp in Kentucky. All right. Beth Ballone said it has finally sprung here. She said it was going to be human. That's so cute. Okay, so I'm going to be playing with some hot air balloons. I saw that Linnea had commented and she said that she loves balloons too, but she's terrified. I have an absolute, the worst fear of heights you can imagine, in my opinion. Paula is coming in from Mississippi, Gulf Coast, she says. Hello, Paula. So I love hot air balloons. And so when we were creating this whole collection, and it's all called Daybreak. And one of the things that I love is and I've never actually seen this in person, but I've seen pictures, in some places. I think they do this. I think one of my illustrators who lives in Utah said that they do this here. They'll have this hot air balloon kind of festival or something like that. And a gazillion hot air balloons all go up into the air, into the sky. And then you see, it's just beautiful sunny day, blue skies, and just so many different hot air balloons. And so I just kind of thought, wouldn't that be a beautiful part of this Daybreak collection? And so that's really what this 3D embossing folder is all about. We designed it so that it looks as though you were looking out into the sky when so many of these, were going up for a day on this beautiful hot air balloon festival. So yeah, Linnea says, I can't even stand on a step stool without shaking. I get it. I'm the same way. I'm terrified of heights. But this gives me hot air balloons without the fear. So we're going to go ahead. We're going to go overhead right now. And sorry, I've got a little tickle on my forehead. I think I have a little, I don't know, I get, whatever. Let's see. So what is all in our bundle? Oh, and I saw somebody had asked a question. How do we know what's going to be in the bundle and when does it get posted? We generally post these bundles a week or just a little bit more out because I would love to do them 2 weeks out, and sometimes we do that. Sometimes we get them out there. but it's hard sometimes. We actually just decided today what we're going to be working with next Thursday, so that bundle should be going up if it hasn't already. And of course, you know, what we would love to do is to be able to have these in your hot little hands, so that you could craft along with me if you want. So in this bundle, we've got this gorgeous 3D embossing folder. It's a 6x6 embossing folder of hot air balloons. And, excuse me, I'm still contending with the change of the seasons and allergies, so you're going to hear me coughing. So here's the hot air balloons, and we do have this designed so that what is that called? The hinge, if you will, is on the left side. So it makes it so you can move your paper up and down easily for positioning. But when you look at this, you will see these gorgeous hot air balloons. And you can see they're all different sizes, so that it looks like some of them are further away, some of them are closer up, and then you have some of the clouds in there. And then we also have the two layering stencils. One of them is for the hot air balloons, and one of them is for those clouds. Okay, and then we have the layering guide on the inside as well. And then we also added in this bundle, what are these called? The large spring words, I think. This isn't the right one. Is this the right one? Enjoy, thanks, love. I got the wrong one. Oh no, this is the right one. I'm thinking of the one that we did for next week. Okay. We were just dealing with it today. So my apologies. I'm thinking of next week. We have something else. I can't remember the name of this. I think it's called Simply Word Dies. That's what it is. Simply Word Dies. Oh, yeah. And it's enjoy, thanks, love, and happy. And then each one of them has their shadow die as well. So my mistake, I was thinking about what we're doing next week. See, I get all confused. I'm going to blame it on menopause. I just can't think anymore. All right, so I also pulled in, because I'm going to be stenciling, so I pulled in some colors. So I have 2 shades of blue. Oh, Carol King Walker is coming from Lapeer, Michigan. Oh, Barbara says you're ahead of yourself tonight. I am. I'm telling you, my mind is all over the place. It's like racing. Maybe I had too much caffeine today. I don't know. We'll see. So I've got Marina Madness, which is a lighter blue. And that, Ellen, will you zoom in a little bit? Sure. And then we've also got Bali Blue, which is, well, it's like the water in Bali. Absolutely gorgeous. And then we've also got Tickled Pink I brought in. You can see all these beautiful summery colors. Tangerine Dream. And then I also brought in Banana Cream Pie. So this is my color scheme that I'm going to kind of do maybe a little bit of a ombre kind of effect, but a multicolored ombre effect on these balloons if I can make it work. We'll see what happens. We'll see how it turns out. I have not planned or prepped anything. I kind of have a plan in my head. Excuse me.
That's never good.
Yeah, that's never good. We never know how that's going to work out. I also have some black cardstock because I think that's what I'm going to use to cut. I think I'm going to do a thank you card, and I think I'm going to use the word thanks. And that's what I'm going to use for that. Here's my white card base, which is Nina Classic Crest Solar White 110-pound cardstock, so it's a good heavy weight. I'm going to set that aside. And then I have my watercolor paper. This is our watercolor paper. It is a beautiful white, nice and smooth. It is a 110-pound, and it is just fantastic. And it is almost identical in color to the Nina, so they work beautifully together when I have them on a card together. It drives me nuts when colors don't match. Like if I have 2 different whites on a card, it makes me crazy. So anyway, this is our watercolor paper, and I'm going to use watercolor paper for the embossing because I'm going to spritz the back of this with water. It's going to give me a really, really nice, deeper embossed image because it's going to allow the fibers in the paper to kind of move over out of the way a little bit. I'm not going to do any inking in here to begin with. Oh, Laurel Mitchell says, riding in a balloon is so peaceful. Have you done that? Raise your hands, everybody. If you have actually been up in a hot air balloon, I would love to know, like, you know, who our really brave people are.
Or a parachute.
That are here tonight. Or a parachute. See, now, I would be thinking the entire time I'd have to have a parachute on because that's how terrified I would be. But I also don't want to be jumping out of anything or being thrown out of anything or whatever the situation is. But I would love to know who has actually done this. So I've got my water here to spritz the back of my paper. And then I'm going to be using a Spellbinders Platinum 6. These are my plates. Oh, Barbara says my hands are down, too scared. It sounds like Laurel actually did this. So, wow, congratulations on being so brave. That would, I think I would actually die of fear. I seriously, even thinking about it, just makes me like, ugh, queasy. But, boy, I sure would love the experience. For those of you that have gotten to experience it, I think it's pretty awesome. And I'm jealous. So I've got my Spellbinders A platform, and then I've got the D adapter plate. I'm going to use these instead of the regular plates that come with it. I'm going to use these for this is what you use. So whenever you're going to do 3D embossing, and I do want to make sure you know this, because there's different types of embossing folders. There's a regular standard embossing folder, which is not as thick as this. Okay, so that's going to be, you're going to look to the instructions for your die cutting machine for either of these. If you're just doing regular embossing, it's going to be a different setup. For a 3D embossing folder, these are much thicker. That's because you get a much deeper impression, right? So you want to look to whatever your die cutting machine is and use whatever sandwich configuration, whatever plate configuration you're supposed to use. We don't have anything listed on our website. I have no idea, and I don't want to be responsible for the different types of machines. Look to the manufacturer for that information always, okay? So the first thing I'm going to do, hello Andrea, welcome. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to spritz gently. Now this is one of those continuous misters. I literally got this on Amazon for like, I don't know, almost nothing, okay? I know you can go out and get some that are branded, different companies, whatever, and I promise you they're all the same thing. I just went and got the least expensive one I could get, so that's what I use. And I'm going to spritz the back of it. So I'm going to do it off camera. Just give that a little bit of a spray. And then I'm going to position this in, kind of thinking like, where might I want this to be? Because I do want to have some full balloons on here. So I'm just kind of looking at it. And I think that that's going to work. You could use a full 6x6 piece of paper if you want, but I'm not going to do that. Mr. Hunt.
Yes.
I do believe this is where you come in. So Mr. Hunt, that is Alan. We all know that is my husband. He's going to do that for me because it's off to the side and I can't twist and run it through, crank it through the machine. So he's doing that for me. If you don't have an Allen, you should get yourself one.
That's a continuous mister, right?
Huh? Yes, yes, a continuous Mr. Allen. So funny. Okay, so here we go. Look at how gorgeous that is. I mean, seriously, look at that. Look how pretty. I love it. So beautiful. Gosh, look at that, how deep that is. I mean, seriously, they're amazing. So I'm going to set that aside because I'm going to go back and do that again at the end. So now I'm going to grab my stencils. I know what you mean, Carol. I feel the same way. Alan and I were just talking about some of these things. I wish all companies would, I wish they'd just have a standard. Like, I wish when you went to the store and you went to check out, I wish you didn't have to try and figure out what, how the machine works. Because they have, 4,000 different credit card machines. And, I mean, there's just so many things where it's like, if they would just standardize, it would sure make life easier. Okay, so here's our stencils. Here is stencil number 1. Now, stencil number 1, it says in the bottom corner, it's stencil number 1A, all right? This one does not have any alignment guides on it. It's pretty easy to see where it's going to line up. Hi, Jody. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Oh, welcome, Deborah. She said, she says, hello, Angie and Alan. I do have one, and we just celebrated our 40th anniversary. Congratulations.
Yeah.
Awesome. Sharon Gullickson says, hello, everyone. We're home from Spain. Oh, my gosh, I'm so jealous. Oh, I am so jealous. Yeah, she said, and sometimes hotels and Airbnbs, sometimes we have no idea how to use the shower. You know what, that's a really good point.
The same problem.
Oh my gosh, we just did an event, 2 weekends ago, and we actually had to have instructions on how to use the shower. There was something that you had to pull down
under the drain.
Underneath the drain. We'd never seen it before. It was like, please, I just want to get a shower. Okay, so when you look at stencil 1B, you're going to see that the alignment guides there, those alignment guides match the design on stencil 1A. Okay, so you're going to align with what you stenciled on the first stencil. This one is only for the little clouds, so it's perfect. So easy stenciling with this. Now, because I didn't use a 6x6, this isn't going to cover the entire thing, obviously. So I think I am going to, I'm going to do a little bit of tape on this because it's not the full thing. And I want to make sure, because it's going to be underneath my stencil and I've already cropped my paper, I just want to have a couple of spots where I'm holding this down. Now, I don't have a whole lot of empty space here because it's such a beautiful design and because I've cut into it. But I do have some areas that I can see right here on mine where it's not raised at all. I don't have any kind of balloon design where I can just kind of pop some little pieces of tape in here just to make it a little more stable for me. There's one. And this side is pretty full, but I think I can squeeze a tiny little bit right there. This just gives me a little more, feeling of security. There's a bit right there too, and comfort that as I'm stenciling, it's not going to move. So I don't do this every time I stencil. I only do this if I don't feel like if it's going to be real stable for me. And even if I had like one of those non-slip, pads underneath it, because this is 3D and it's raised, I'm not even sure that would hold as well as one would hope, to be perfectly honest with you. So I'm just going to kind of maneuver this around just a little bit, looking at my images and just kind of twist it here and there. And I am going to grab my magnets and I'm going to put these down where I can to just kind of, excuse me, hold this. Oh, Alan, I forgot to dampen this. That's my little cloth. Okay. Oh my gosh, my nose is tickling so bad. Huh? No, I just have terrible allergies and my nose is tickling. Itching, tickling. E. Miller says, not all Allens are created equal. You've got a good one, Angie. Oh, man.
Oh. Not created equal either.
No, he actually is he is my replacement. My first one wasn't very good either. just saying. Okay. So what I'm thinking of doing, I have my little brushes here, and I'm thinking of doing 2 different color schemes, and I'm just going to kind of play with these. So I'm going to leave my lightest blue. I'm going to set that aside. Thank you. I'm going to set my lightest blue aside because that's going to be for the clouds. And what I think I'm going to do is, let me get this. I think I'm going to do like yellow, where'd it go? Yellow, orange, let me do it down here. Yellow, orange, and pink. And then I think I'm going to do yellow, yellow, pink, and then blue. Those are the combinations I think I'm going to do. So the bottom is always going to be yellow, no matter what I do on any of these balloons. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to start with yellow. And again, I hope this is going to work out. I have not done this yet. Here's my little, nasty ink towel. See, Deborah says, my first husband was not good either, but my second is the best. This is what I'm saying. I think, now this, what I'm going to say, I know this does not apply to everybody. I know there are just some really good men out there.
You're not saying that.
What?
To trade them in.
No, I'm not saying to trade anybody in. I'm just saying that in my experience, my first husband was where I learned what I did not want in a man. And, for those of you that get it right the first time, boy, are you lucky. My mom was one of those people. My mom got it right the first time. I know it's possible. All right, I don't want to get color here in this corner. So I'm going to put some tape over that. Anywhere that I don't want color, I'm going to make sure and do that. Hi, Jody. Okay, so this is the top of a balloon, so I don't want to get color in that. I just want to get some color at the bottom here of this one. I'm just going to start going up at the bottom. This one, I can get a little bit at the bottom of that one. Okay. And now, you know what I really need is a scrap piece of paper. Okay, I always like, this is literally just like printer paper. So I'm going to cover this one here where I've got color, because I don't want to get the yellow at the top as I pull it back and bend it. That was just brilliant, wasn't it? Okay. Go in one direction. I'm just going to push up. Okay, with my yellow. I'm going to cover up the top of this one and just get yellow at the bottom here. All right. Same thing here, just a little bit at the bottom. And I'm going to move this around down here and just protect. And just kind of, all I'm doing is like scooping up. I'm going in one direction only. I'm not going around in circles. I'm not going up and down. Just pressing up, lift up and scoop. Okay. Brenda says, I'm sorry I have to leave soon. Will you be on next week? I absolutely will. We will be back here next week. We'll miss you. Thank you for stopping in. So yes, the yellow that I'm using is banana cream pie. There we go. There we go. And then what do I have here? Let me see. Got this one. Let's get the bottom of that a little bit. And then this one, let me see. I'm going to get, cover up this one and just get that little bit of yellow right there. Just at the very, very bottom of that balloon. And then I think we got them all with the yellow. So now I'm going to put my yellow away. Oh, Sharon says, I missed your lives while I was gone. Well, I missed you. I'm glad you're back. But I'm also glad you got to have a nice vacation. I've never been to Spain. We've talked about going and we've never done it. So tell me, Sharon, should we go? Okay, so there's the yellow. Now, like I said, some of these I'm going to do, what did I say? Yellow, orange, then pink, and then yellow, then pink, then blue. So now I'm going to do a little bit of orange on some of these. So I'm going to clean this yellow brush. Just cleaning it on my cloth here. Oh, she said Barcelona was her favorite. That is so cool. We've got to do that, Alan. I'll tell you, it's not easy to get Alan to go on vacation, but I would say almost every single time we're on vacation, that's when he says, we really need to come back here again. So, okay, so from here, I'm going to kind of cover a little bit of my yellow here and just kind of go up with some orange now. I don't want to line, so I keep moving my paper so it doesn't give me a real harsh line. So it kind of gives me an uneven, like almost like a blend. So we get a little bit orange with it. Looks more orange on my camera than it does for you guys, though. Let's go a little more. I might have to add some yellow back in there. These smaller ones are a little bit harder, I think, because we don't have room for a lot of color. I really want to cover up that yellow. But again, I don't want a harsh, like straight line with the paper. So now I'm going to kind of come in off the side a little bit and leave some of that yellow at the bottom. Get that orange in there. This one's a little bit easier. I can actually kind of go in some circles because it's so much bigger. There we go. Get some of that orange. Oops, I was supposed to do blue on some of these. Oopsie did. Well, you know what? I just changed what I'm doing. I forgot to do blue. So now I guess we're just doing them all the same. Maybe I'll add some blue at the top. I was supposed to do some of these with the orange and then some of them with the other, but I started talking. My plan went out the window. Oh well. That's what happens, right? So when you do something like that, you just kind of change course and go with it. Nothing I can do at this point. Get a little bit of orange in here. Orange in the middle. It's going to be interesting when this pink goes over this orange a bit. And then here, I just want some orange. Okay. This one, I'm going to get a tiny little bit of orange at the bottom. There we go. Oh, Sharon said we would go on an unending vacation if we could. Really? I don't know that I would do that. I do like home. And I like routine. I love to get a break and get an escape. Okay, so now we're going to move on to pink. And now I'm going to kind of come in from the top with the pink. There we go. Aren't those pretty? Cool. I'm going to have to split this. So I'm going to cover here and here. Oh, pretty. My goodness, I love this. These are so cool. I don't know what it is. There's something about color blending that is just so like relaxing. I remember one of my favorite things to do when I was in school, I was in junior high. And I remember when we were learning shading, I had an art class, and we were learning shading, and we just had like, you know, cylinders and circles and stuff, and we were learning shading, like basic shading, and it was just so relaxing. I just loved it. Let's see. I'm going to get this really beautiful and vibrant up here at the top. How pretty. Barbara says, my golf retirement community club is like a permanent vacation. Oh, and it includes your craft room too? That's pretty cool. Very nice. All right, let's move that out of the way. I'm just going to get a tiny little bit on the top there, just so we have something. Hold that. So pretty. I want that really dark right there. I'm actually thinking of maybe going one darker with it on some of them. Anna, will you grab my pink brushes? You know what I could do? Wait a minute. You know what? Forget it. I'm gonna bring some blue in over it. I'm gonna bring in some blue over that, over some of them, not all. Just to change up the color a bit. Oh, Sharon said, I'm loving the shading you're doing. There's a balloon festival coming up a couple of hours away from where they are. That's awesome. Okay. I've never been to one. I need to do it. So I'm bringing some Bali blue in. And I think I'm just going to like do the top up here just a little bit. And it might give it kind of a little bit of a purple kind of a look at the very, very top. Just that little bit. Look at that. That looks beautiful. I'm going to leave that one. But I think I'm going to do a little bit right here. Just a little. I think that needs a little more pink in it for that one. We'll come back and get it. A little bit of a darkness there. And then, you know what? Maybe just this one right here. Just a teeny tiny little bit. Just to offset it a bit. I'm actually going to come in over here on this side and leave that pink. That looks so pretty. But I do want to come in with a little bit more pink in a couple of spots. Let me clean that blue, and I'm going to come back with my pink and sharpen it. So, like, that one is not as sharp as I want, and that one I think I got a little too much of the blue in it, or maybe I didn't have enough of the pink to begin with, so I'm going to add back some of that pink and just sharpen that up a little bit. See how cool that looks? And I'm going to sharpen this one a little bit, just at that very top. A little dramatic with the pink. Bring some of the pink in over here again. . 'Cause There we go. And then a little bit back in that one. That I think looks really cool. Okay. Cleaning off my brush. And I think I'm going to close up my ink and I'm going to get rid of my stencil right now. We're going to see how we did. Look how pretty that is. Oh my. Where did my cloth go? My cleaning cloth. Where did I put it? Oh, it didn't land on the bowl. Okay. That looks so pretty. I love it. So I'm just wiping up any excess. I'll clean this with my extreme clean later. But right now I'm just wiping up any excess that's loose. And I'll hit that with the extreme clean and clean it later. Now I have stencil number 2. And it's actually stencil 1B. Now on this stencil, like I said, we have all those clouds. You're going to see we have like the little baskets there also. So those little baskets I can color. And, you know, maybe I want to make those in a brown or something. Or, let's see. Let's line this up. It should cover right over. I have to layer it. I have to see where my lines are. There we go. Just have to turn it a little bit. That doesn't look right. It's going to be up here. There we go. That looks better. And that's part of the cloud right there. This one is not exactly on there right. So you just have to look at the alignment guides that we give you. Twist it ever so slightly just until it lines up. Okay. So I am going to actually tape this down. Oh, Sharon says if you haven't gone on a hot air balloon ride, it's not scary in the least. Well, I imagine once I pass out from fear, I wouldn't be scared at all.
Maybe it's all in how many drinks you have.
Okay, so I'm going to grab, you know what, Anna, will you do me a favor? Will you get in there? I want you to get a brush for brown. There's a brush in there for brown. Mm-hmm. Yes. Yep, it's right there. Thank you.
Is this the brown or is that a yellow?
That's the brown. Yeah, thank you. So this is the darker. Let me see the other one. Or is that the? That's it. That's the one. This is the darker brown. Okay, let's put this one back. Thank you. Okay, so I'm going to do the light blue first, which is going to be the clouds. And I'm just going to go ever so light with it. So I've got Marina Madness, which is my favorite blue to use like in the sky. I just love it. So I'm going to use my same brush, but I'm going to clean it a bit first. I think I'm going to clean it in a better, cleaner spot. Okay. Let me get this one. Okay, so I have a question. Does anybody, and this is really going to be for anybody who either watched last week or if you watched on the replay, this is going to be for a $10 gift certificate. Okay? So we just did an event in a different state. That we're in Michigan. It was in a different state. Can you tell me who Michigan? It was in a different state. Who knows? What national park did we visit
Wow,
while we were there.
that's a good one.
First one to get it. I'm watching for the names. I'm watching to see who gets it. The name of the national park that we visited, Alan and I, just a couple of weeks ago. And it was amazing. Anybody? First one to get it. I'm watching your answers. Are we still connected? Nope, not Zion. I need the name of the park. Name of the park. First one to get it. Nope, not Yellowstone. That one is on my list. Come on. I'm not going to tell you where it was. You just got to guess the park. Come on. National Park, and it was amazing.
There it is.
What?
Wendy Gift.
Yep, Wendy Gift got it. Yosemite. You are correct, darling. We went to Yosemite, and it was incredible. All right, so Wendy, you have won a $10 gift certificate. Please send a message to us at LDRS Creative. I'm sorry, customer service at LDRScreative.com. Let us know that you guessed Yosemite, and we will get your gift certificate out to you right away.
We will also accept Yosemite.
We will also accept Yosemite.
Yes,
Why would you say that?
because that's the way I pronounce it.
That's the way you pronounce it? Okay. So I'm going to get these like darker underneath. A darker blue. So that one, this one looks like it was actually part of a cloud. So I'm just going to get that a little bit with blue. I don't want to get the little baskets. That's what I'm trying to avoid, those little baskets. So here's one. I'm going to do the whole cloud in a little bit of blue, just kind of soft. And then I'm going to come up underneath it and just go a little bit darker. You could do this in grays if you want. I just thought it would be fun to do it kind of like cartoon clouds in blue. Let's get this one here. There's that one. Here's one.
You know, you could have used that.
What?
The color pattern for the balloons on your clouds, right?
What?
The color pattern you have on your balloons, could you use that in the clouds?
Yeah, I could do whatever I want on them, really.
Well, I'm just saying it would be like that weird
There we go.
orange sky then.
Like it was some fantasy sky using
No,
like the
like it
yellows and
was
oranges
like-
on the clouds? Is that what you're
No,
saying?
Sometimes you get the yellow sky or orange sky. or
Oh,
whatever.
yeah. Okay, so there's my blue. And then I did grab a brown here to do the little baskets that all the people fell out of. If you notice, there are no people in the basket.
You should use your little silhouette thing.
You know what I could use? I could use my little multi-liner, and I could draw stick people jumping out and
That's true.
falling from hot air balloons. I'm sorry. This is what happens. Alan takes me down a sick, twisted path. It's all his fault.
Yeah, I do.
Oh, she says I keep cutting off. Is something happening with our sound,
I
Alan?
don't know. I'll start listening to you.
You start listening to me. For once in your life.
Maybe not.
Okay, so I'm just doing a little bit of brown on the baskets. If we're That's where I would be. I would be one of those stick people falling to my death. See, some things, in my opinion, at least for me, are better from afar. I do feel a little sorry for some of you when you come on here and you get to know me a little bit. Because sometimes my humor is a little twisted. But what you gonna do? Okay. I get it from my mother and father. Nothing I can do about it. It's all in fun. Okay, so let's go ahead and get this off of here. All right, so for those of you that may be wondering if we're going to be going to HSN soon, actually it looks like I might be doing something, doing a live stream with them potentially on the 6th of May. But coming up, we are going to be in the May show, which I think is the 13th, if I remember. We will do, a whole sneak peek of everything. We've got some amazing kits coming. We also have a new collection that's going to be coming out. Our Q2 collection will be coming out next month, and it is stunning. So, so beautiful. And we've actually gotten back into some scenic illustration. So it's going to be really fun. Okay, so let's uncover this and see how we did. Ooh, looky, 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 looky. Did I get, oh, it looks like I got underneath a little bit. Oopsie daisy. Wah, wah, wah. Did not mean to. Oh, I didn't get underneath. I see what that is. I'm wrong. That's part of the design. That's part of the design. That's like some of the strings, when the strings come up. That's what that is, how those go up. That's part of the design. My mistake. Oopsie. It did not go out. That's the texture on the balloons. Okay. Oops, I missed one right here. I didn't even know I had one there. So I'm going to go ahead and there's a little balloon right down there in that corner. I didn't see it. That is part of this one right here. See that? I put tape over it because I didn't realize it was a balloon. Silly me. I don't know what I was thinking. Tricks are for kids. All right. So I have got to get a little bit of color on that. I'm just going to do some pretty pink. And I'm going to use whatever is left on my brush here to just get some really pretty pink on there. And actually maybe I will even tackle that with a tiny little bit of blue coming in off that edge, just with whatever is on my brush. There we go. And that just finishes that little bit there for me. All right. So now, all my little bits of tape. Here's my 3D embossing folder. Now you can see this is still raised, but I've applied quite a bit of pressure as I was, working with it. So I'm going to spray the back of this again, and I'm actually going to place this in here, and I'm going to run it through one more time just to freshen it up. So I'm going to spritz the back just a little bit. And then I'm going to line this up in here. You want to make sure it's lined up properly. Make sure all of your lines are good. That looks good. Just like that. Okay, Alan?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so while I'm going to hold this in place really well. I'm going to lay this down. Make sure it doesn't move. Everything lined up in here, and we're going to run this through the die cutting machine. So pardon my elbow. That is running through. And don't go anywhere because you're going to have to give me that. Okay? So We ran that through one more time, and we freshened that up so it all really pops again. Look how stunning. So, so pretty. All right, so from here, Alan, don't sit down. Raise your hand if you heard me tell Alan not to go anywhere.
Never mind.
I would appreciate it if you will please. We're going to cut the word thanks twice. I'm not going to use the shadow die in this case. So if you will, actually, if you can cut it 3 times, that would be great. If you need another piece of paper, that would be, yeah. Okay, I've got a question for you. Another one. Who sang, and I'm going to slaughter this, knock 3 times on the ceiling if you want me.
Yeah.
Who sang it? Who sang it? Gonna win $10.
Do you know?
Oh God, I hope I know. Look at me.
I don't read lips. You should know me by now.
I hope I know. Now that I've done this, I think I know.
Well, you'll know when you see it.
Wait, hold on, I'm gonna write it down over here.
You have to write it down on the screen.
They can't see it. Is that right?
I have no idea. How would I know?
It is right. Deborah got it. I wrote it. I scribbled it. Tony Orlando. I'm like, please tell me it was Tony Orlando. All right, Deborah got it. Deborah, I just lost your last name. Deborah, you got it.
Yeah.
Mackie, was it Mackie or Deborah? It flashed really quick. So Deborah, please, you won. It was Tony Orlando. I need you to please send us an email to customer service at ldrscreative.com and let us know that you guessed Tony Orlando. Or Tony Orlando and Dawn. I'm not sure if it was just Tony Orlando or if it was Tony Orlando and Dawn, but I know it was Tony Orlando.
Couldn't have done anything without Dawn.
He couldn't have done anything without Dawn? I don't think any man can.
Oh, either.
All right, so I'm going to make this really easy because I just think this is such a beautiful and simple card. I just think it's so pretty. I don't think I want to put pink around it, but let me see. Let me just see if I want to put anything around it. Ooh, look, that really pops, doesn't it? If I put that pink around it, it almost looks red on the screen. Ooh, but it's not. It was actually just pink. Let's try this pink. I don't like that at all. What other colors do I have over here? Let me see. I'm just going through a whole stash of cardstock that I have here, sitting here. That's kind of pretty. Give that a little frame. Do you guys like it with that little bit of a frame?
I do.
I think it looks pretty. And I also have like this, but this I think is, ooh, that's just dark. That's not good. No. I'm looking at like this purple color, but I don't have enough of it over here in my scrap pile. I don't have it. I think I might do that pink. I think it's kind of pretty. Do you guys like it?
I do.
All right, so we're going to do that. So I'm going to trim that just to kind of offset it a little bit. So I need to go 5.5, 5.5, 4.25. And let's see if that fits. Let's see if I cut it right. Look at that. Girl's gone wild. She got it done. Alrighty. And then this, I do need to trim ever so slightly. And, where to trim, where to trim, where to trim. I like it as it is, so I don't know what I want to trim.
I trim on the top right.
Well, I have, like, up in here. I have to trim either this side or this, and I don't really want to I don't want to lose the side, that balloon. So I'm going to trim, and I'm just going to do 1/8 of an inch. Boy, that's painful, I'll tell you. Whew. And then I'm going to trim 1/8 of an inch here as well. Oh, painful. And then, like, once you do it, you realize you're okay with it. I've survived it. It's good. All right. I'm going to put, oh my goodness, where's my foam tape? I don't have. Will you do me a favor? In that drawer? Well, yeah, but I don't want you to go down there and get it. It's in that drawer. There should be some. Is there a roll right there? Honey, look where I'm pointing. No? Okay. Go around the corner. Bottom drawer all the way at the end. You'll find some. Bottom drawer. No. End, honey. The end by the wall.
Oh my.
Oh my goodness.
You gonna open it up or do you want me to open
Yeah, here's the roll. Brand new roll.
it? 2 pounds.
It is. It's like massive. I can't open it.
Let me get it.
There we go. Oh, oh my gosh. Hey, Mr. Hunt. Misto, come here. I'm gonna throw out all my garbage.
Mr. Trashman.
Mr. Trashman. All right, where's the beginning? Is it getting really warm in here? I think it's time we put the air conditioning on in the house because
It is on.
I'm melting. I'm melting. All right, another $10. Who said that? I'm melting. Another $10 gift certificate. First one. I want her first name. Her first name. I'm melting. Her first name. Don't just tell me who she was. I need the first name.
Oh, that's a good one.
Yeah. Nope, I don't want to know who she is. I want to know what her first name is. I'm melting. Come on, everybody. Can't craft while I'm looking up the whole time. She has a first name. No, not the actress. Like the character's first name. She has a real first name. I'll give you a hint. It starts, yes, Jody got it. Elphaba. Elphaba. She's the Wicked Witch of the West, but her name, her first name is Elphaba. So Jody, you have won a $10 gift certificate to LDRS Creative. So please, if you will, send an email to customerservice@ldrscreative.com. Let us know that you guessed Elphaba, and we will get your $10 discount coupon out to you right away. I'm afraid that I didn't cut this right. I think it's okay. Congratulations. All right, let's see. Oops. Ah. There we go. I don't think I cut it real straight, but we're going to roll with it. Roll with it, baby. All right. We're almost done, I promise.
Man,
What?
2-1, you're over time.
I'm over time?
Yep.
Are you timing me? Almost done. Almost done. We have a sentiment to contend with. I did not cut it perfectly straight. You notice I got a little issue up here, but I don't care. It's okay. I won't tell if you don't tell.
I'm gonna throw points off.
You're going to knock points off? Is that what you
Yep.
said? Oh, you're so welcome, Jody, and everybody else who won tonight. I'm just so appreciative that you guys are even here, so thank you. Okay, so here is thanks. It's for all you guys right there for being here tonight. Seriously, you have no idea how much we appreciate it. If it weren't for you guys, I would just be sitting here talking to myself.
Aren't you?
If it weren't for you guys, I'd have to spend another evening with my husband all by myself. No, I'm kidding.
Can't have that.
You guys are saving us from each other. I am kidding. For those of you that are new, this is what we do. We just joke with each other. We kid. Promise you. After this many years, if you are still joking with each other, that's a good thing. Come on, Mr. Glue, there you go. All right, so by stacking 3 of these, we cut the sentiment 3 times, and by stacking it a few times, that gives us dimension. So it can be a little bit tedious to do that, but seriously, if you just have some reverse tweezers, which, oh my goodness, seriously, these are the best things ever. If you don't have them, get yourself a pair. And then I'm just going to go ahead. This way, because I stacked up 3 of these, I can just, let me get my tweezers out again. I'm just going to, I don't have to put foam on the back of it. So it's really, really easy. I can just put adhesive, glue this puppy down, and I don't even know where I want it. I don't want it right in the middle. I think it's going to go like right here. Let me make sure it's straight. A simple little thanks. It looks straight. Very simple little card. Lots of love behind it because you put your time, your energy, your creativity into it. And it's just simple and it is so pretty. That shading, I just love it. It's beautiful. Gorgeous. This is one of those things too that, you know, we have the our travel dies, which would be fantastic with a card like this too, you know, for like, you know, enjoy the journey, again, for like a graduation, or any time that, you know, somebody has achieved any kind of a goal. It's fantastic for that too. So, so pretty. Beautiful. Love the dimension. So that is it. All right, Mr. Hunt, we ready?
I am.
All right, everybody, thank you so much. So much fun. A simple, easy card. This is something you could duplicate super, you know, like real fast, just really easy. Over and over and over in different colors. This one's kind of, with the pinks and stuff, it might be a little more girly, a little more feminine. You could change this to beautiful blues and greens and navy blues, or if you just want to do something that is, you know, let's say you just want to do it in like, even like grays, black and white, and I mean, that could be absolutely stunning too, like a night sky, or just very monochromatic. It's just so, so pretty. So I hope you guys enjoyed it. Thank you, everybody, for being here tonight. We really appreciate it. Thanks for spending your evening with us. We will be back next Thursday. I think we might already have the new bundle up in the store. If you want to craft along, then go ahead and get your bundle on your way to you. I'd love to know, I'd always love to know if you guys are crafting along with me. So I gotta remember to ask that in the beginning and say, hey, does anybody have their bundle? Are you crafting with us? So yeah, perfect. I agree, Vicki. A little up and away with that would be so cute. All right, everybody, have a fantastic evening. Have a wonderful weekend. We will see you back here, same time, same place next week. Bye, everybody.